Alright, this is how I made my airsoft trip mine. What I wound up using was 3/4 inch PVC, painted it with just all different colors of camo colors, and also it's 3/4 inch 45 and 1/2 inch PVC down on the bottom with a reducer. And what else you're going to need is you're going to need a long spring. You can see the distance of this spring, and the spring is about 10 inches long. This whole thing is about 20 inches long, and the piece where it goes into is roughly about 14 inches long. Also, what you're going to need is on top of the spring, you're going to need to block it because you don't want the BBs passing through on the sides of the PVC. I already have one installed in there. I don't know if you can see inside, but that's basically what it looks like once it goes in. Try to get a washer that's just a little bit smaller than the diameter. And then what I did is I drilled a hole down near the bottom, and this is about where the spring is sitting right about now. And I drilled a hole and I put the spring and the nut and bolt going right through there. So this way when the spring gets decompressed, and it gets let go by the pin, it's not going to shoot out. It'll stay right in place. So you don't have to go searching for that in the woods. So other than that, and then what I did is I just put a piece of fishing line and hooked it right to there, so when the pin is pulled, the pin winds up staying in that area, so I don't have to go searching for it. So I'm going to show you how I load it. And this is the jamming rod that I made. I put a notch in there, and I'll show you in a second why. When you shove this down into it, if you look right down into that hole, and as I start to decompress this, you're going to see where I made that notch. And this way it allows you to put the pin in. All I used was like a drift pin or a cotter pin or something like that you can use, and shove it in there. I'm going to put it in deeper because that's a good way to carry it in the field. So then what you do is you load her up with some BBs. You put as much in there as you want. And then what I do, so it's already ready and you can carry it with you in the field, I just take a piece of cotton, shove it in there, jam it in there really light, not too hard. This way when you're running with it, it's not going to make any noise. And then what you're going to do is tie this end to a tree, put some fishing line on there. I would suggest painting it black, try to make it a little more invisible. And then you're going to want to put your 45 up on top, and you want to keep it in line of where your pin is. You don't want to put it off to the side, because if they're walking over towards here, it'll shoot out in a different direction. So try to keep it right near your pin. And then when the pin is pulled, which I'll show you a demonstration in a video, and that's pretty much about it. And the spring at Ace Hardware, it's a pretty powerful spring, so I mean it's not enough to hurt anybody, but believe me, it'll let them know that they did get hit. So give it a try.